I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, will you go away? It won't be as simple for you.
Yo, it's Oman G. I'm back with an amazing panel. We're doing our match day for Euro 2020 preview and final predictions. But guys, we need to challenge them to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter at X, smash notification button as well. Guys, how are you doing?
We're doing good, man. How about you?
I'm sane. I'm trying to do three things at once, but I'm sane. But there's just so much to talk about, and I think before we get into like the final group game prediction stuff, I think it's really good to look back at some of the other final stuff. We're going to be talking about the predictions and who we think is going to face up to who and how that's going to potentially work out. But we're talking about it before we went live. Let's just talk about today's game. What exactly happened today, man? I don't know who wants to go on. Like Denmark versus Russia, and obviously Belgium versus Finland. What happened here, guys? Shout out to Christian Eriksen. Shout out to the Danish team. Just so much emotion. As I said, this is why we love football, because, you know, yes, we have our banter. Yes, we have like who's better than this player and that player. But when it really gets deeper than that, that feeling of unity, the fans, the passion, the narratives, and the willingness to want the good for people. That's when you realize just how good football is. So who wants to start here? Like Denmark versus Russia. Sorry, let's review this thing.
Yeah, I can start.
Go, Abdulman, go.
Yeah. So what happened today was you saw a team literally give 110% on the field. You know, they gave everything they could, and it's absolutely beautiful because, like, they really deserved it. Like, before the game, they had taken 2 losses, which, in my opinion, were undeserved because they actually had played well. They had performed like they did. They had played a solid football, and they just were unlucky, in my opinion. And today, the luck was on their side, and they got, in my opinion, what they deserved. In regards to the game, Denmark scored relatively early, and that put Russia under massive pressure because Russia came with a clear game plan, and that was to sit back and just counter, sit back, absorb, waste time, because remember, 1 point would have been enough for Russia to go through.
Yep, of course. Yep.
So I'm not going to so it's an understandable game plan. But when you find yourself 1-0 down and in 4th place in the group all of a sudden, then you have to change your game plan. You know what I mean? And it completely opened the game because then it switched the roles a bit, because then Denmark could chill out a little bit and Russia became desperate for a goal. But Denmark still needed to score. And Denmark were reliant on what Belgium did against Finland. And I'll tell you, I was watching both games. Finland, they were defending with not even 11 players on the field. They were 12. They were 12 players with the fans as well. Like, they were defending for their lives. Their keeper, they have a really good keeper, Finland. They were he was just saving everything. Like Lukaku, he should have had a hat trick. He scored also a goal, which was choked off for offside by a toenail. A toenail.
I think they must have had some PL. I think Mike Dean was probably smoking cigarettes somewhere in VAR, because that's a Premier League. That's a Premier League side. You know what I mean?
Like I just thought everything was gonna go Finland's way because they didn't even deserve to beat Denmark in the first game. So the Denmark game opened up, and you just saw the Danish captain came out before the game, and he demanded that the fans that were going to turn up to the stadium would make the stadium bounce. And when we entered the last 20 minutes, the stadium was bouncing, and you could feel it. Like the players, they were playing with extra energy. They were putting the pressure, and they just, I'm so proud of them, man. Amazing performance. And then what's it called? Belgium, they showed up when it was too late. You know, we didn't need them anymore. They started banging in the goals when Denmark already finished off the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. But amazing. In my opinion, the best match day so far. I mean, it can be argued you can discuss whether the Germany-Portugal game was better, but like the emotions that displayed today were absolutely immense. And it's also for Christensen, you know, for Christian Eriksen, that I'm sure was watching as well. And it's just beautiful scenes, man. And now Denmark, they have a favorable draw to maybe enter the quarterfinals if they beat Wales. Like, it's not, if you finish third and go through in third place, actually, you then have to face a team that's finished first in their group. So finishing second is massive. It's massive.
Absolutely. Does anyone else want to speak on before we go into maybe talking a bit about Big Rom and Don and Kevin De Bruyne in the Finland? Does anyone else to share thoughts on Denmark and Russia?
Me.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Denmark was playing some tier 1 football, to be honest. I didn't expect this performance at all. They were fast, they were clinical. I mean, they completely outplayed Russia. And for example, Braithwaite, people want to have fun of him, but the guy was perfect. I mean, he's fast, he makes intelligent runs, he dribbles, he is a good finisher.
He does everything right but score.
Score goals.
But he's doing what Harry Kane is supposed to do, to be honest. I think
that's true, Klaus. That's true. Sorry, go on. I don't want to touch. That's true. Go on.
We can agree that he is having a better tournament than Harry Kane.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with that.
He was amazing. He was amazing. I mean, we need to put some respect on Braithwaite more, because he is a very good player. He's an intelligent, smart player. I love the guy. And Denmark, I mean, Denmark has played amazing football since day one. The thing with Finland was a little bit like that game was strange. After all that shock, all those things, game was strange. But Denmark has a solid team. They have. I think this is Denmark golden generation, to be honest, because I've never seen Denmark before to have such many players to play for good teams like Schmeichel, Eriksen, Christensen, Braithwaite, Poulsen. I mean, they did the job. And I don't know, the stadium was full. I don't know if people realize that COVID is still exists. COVID still exists.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay. Who cares about COVID?
Our prime minister, she paused the COVID. You know.
Yeah, it's like COVID is big. But, you know, we wanna. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. That's it. Because Red Devil, this fans means a lot, to be honest. Because I'm seeing this Copa America now, Chile versus Uruguay. Yeah. I mean, it looks boring without fans. For example, Denmark, Russia. I think there are two teams that are not on the level of Uruguay and Chile, but to see with the stadium full is a whole different experience.
Mm.
That's why this Euro is being so amazing.
Mm. So it's like back to normal basically. It's back to normal. And I think we've gotten so used to seeing football without fans and artificial noise and all the rest of it that we don't really, now that you see the atmosphere, you see what it means, and I must confess, I've been guilty of that as well, of just kind of getting used to what it was, that I sort of forgot, actually, you know what, fans actually really do make an impact. It's so good to see the different fans, some like the environment in different, whether you're in England, whether you're in France, whether whatever, just how passionate people are and how that makes a difference, especially in quote the smaller teams, as opposed to sort of the bigger teams. But does anyone else have anything to say about this game before we move on?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, go in.
I just want to harp on what Abdul and Klaus have been saying. Like, I 1000% agree. Like, it's just a beautiful story for Denmark. Because, like, in that first game against Finland, it was unfortunate that they lost their best player in the 40th minute. They were out. Like, the game didn't continue for like an hour plus. And then they had the decision to either commence the game when their mindset was like, it was all demoralized, didn't want to play, or play the following morning, which could have been even worse. And they decided to play and lose. Like, that was kind of unfair by UEFA, but it's according to the rules. It's kind of like poetic justice that they actually finally make it. And like, as a neutral, it's beautiful to see. But that's just like the first thing. On the second thing, like when Klaus said that like Denmark, they have like their golden generation, and he named every player but one player. This one kid that's on the screen right now, man. This Dansgaard kid. This kid's gonna get a big move, man. Like, I saw him against Belgium, like, man, this kid is amazing, honestly. Like, this kid is amazing. I honestly feel like he's been like one of their main driving forces between midfield and attack. Like, I don't know how he's viewed in Denmark. Maybe you could tell me, Abdul, but this kid has like a bright future, man.
Up and coming talent, man. Up and coming.
Fair. Does anyone else have any more comments on before we move on? Jimmy, do you have any thoughts?
No, I think they covered it pretty much.
Yeah. Right. Let's quickly just go to obviously the other game in this group, and that was Belgium versus Finland. And Lukaku, man, it's proving me wrong. No, not wrong. I mean, I always knew that Lukaku was a good sort of player, but it's just weird. Like, I feel like he's playing with. Is it right for me to say immaturity? I don't know. It's not like he's a bad player, but it's like his whole game looks a lot more mature than I've seen him play. Wow, does that make sense?
Yeah, facts. Like, I was telling my dad this, that like I was comparing Lukaku with Benteke. Like, Benteke's moved to Liverpool and Lukaku's moved to Man United. They're constant at each.
Ooh, your microphone's gone out.
Sorry?
So your microphone went out a bit, but sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, I was saying Lukaku and Benteke, like, they both had very similar paths, but different outcomes. Where Lukaku went to Man United, he got memed and trolled, and there was like a massive decrease on his confidence. Same thing with Benteke at Liverpool. He got memed and trolled. Everyone called him trampoline, unskilled, useless. And Lukaku didn't stay down and out like Benteke. Like, Lukaku actually left and he's like, you know what? I'm going to prove the whole world wrong. And I actually believed this dude is like a walking trampoline. Like, he's jeans and Timberland. I believed it. And I've been calling him a clown until he led Inter Milan to the Serie A. Like, this dude, I can see he's playing with confidence. He believes he's a great player. And it's honestly a beautiful thing to see, man, honestly. Like, he's got my respect.
Anyone else? So I'm just sending out the link. Any other thoughts on this game? And by the way, if anyone wants to get involved in my chat, I'll post a link in the comments box actually as well, so you can come on. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, any other thoughts on this Belgium Finland game?
You know, we gotta give credit to Finland defensively, man, and their goalkeeper. I think their goalkeeper plays for Leverkusen, man. Such a great goalkeeper, man. For me, he's been frustrating because he's been keeping the balls out of the net, you know, which I didn't want because it went against my team. But I mean, defensively, they've been really solid, man. Really solid. They've worked hard, and to be fair, for the first tournament, you know. Their first European tournament.
True.
I mean, it's massive. Like, I think they've done their country proud, man. And to be fair, in regards to Lukaku, I think what's also happened, you know, in Inter and in Belgium is like he's become the main man, you know, up front. He's like there's this acceptance that he's the main man up front, and I think it really helps him. Like he's the focal point of the two teams, of his club and his country, and I think that's the difference because I feel like in United he was in and out, and he was struggling to become that focal code in the United team. Whereas like in this Belgium team, like everyone know where he is. Every time they get the ball, they know where he is, and they know how he plays. They understand each other, and it also helps that he's surrounded with some world class. Dribblers and creative players, you know what I mean, that can create amazing chances for him. I think Belgium, attacking wise, they have an amazing combination. They have the finisher and they have the creativity to supply the finisher, if you know what I mean.
No, definitely. I definitely hear that. I mean, is it well? Okay, I'll ask the question to the panel. So is it reasonable to say that Lukaku is he considered the best striker, maybe top 2, 3 in the world now?
Taking out biases,
top 5.
You can say that. I think top 3. Like, who's the top 3? Like general consensus. Who's the top 3?
It's tough to say because
Lewandowski.
It's tough to say because if you put Harry Kane in his position, would he do the same? Because like, let's be honest, for England, he doesn't get any service, but Lukaku's getting tons of service, a lot of chances. You know what I mean? So it's tough.
I hear that, but did you see, like the off-ball movement and running with the ball that Lukaku's been able to do? Kane hasn't done that at all. Like Kane's been invisible, man. So there's kind of like no excuse.
Yeah, but they also play different systems. England plays pragmatic. Belgium is more attacking. So Lukaku has more chances to do that than Kane does.
I hear you, but sorry to cut you off, but isn't that like the argument that people give Kane at Spurs to enhance what he's been doing, that Spurs are very pragmatic, there's no creativity, so therefore what Kane is doing is even greater because he comes in deep, gets on the ball, creates for others. He's not even doing that in England.
Yeah, to be honest, even Inter's quite pragmatic, actually.
Yeah, they're pragmatic, but the Inter's a great counter.
Yo, undisputed. What do you make of the game? The Denmark game, bro?
Well, to be honest, I was on and off, but I was quite impressed by their counters late on. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just happy they went through. I didn't really want Russia to get through. No offense to any Russians here or watching this stream. I was just rooting for Denmark.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's doing
I think most people were because of the Ericsson thing, you know?
To be fair, let's be real. When I watched that Belgium game against Denmark, they deserved to win that game, in my opinion, because they played better. Belgium had better chances, and they obviously were clinical. But if you didn't have Braithwaite and Paulson on a goal, I think they had 17 attempts on. I think on the
they were playing quite well.
That's why I don't think Belgium are winning it because Belgium's defense, it's really lacking, man. It's really lacking.
Yeah. I was unreasonably pissed when Lukaku's goal was ruled offside because he was like 1 millimeter offside. Mainly because I have him as my top scorer in the fantasy team.
Red Devil says it was like a Premier League offside.
So
that was a Premier League offside. That Mike Dean in VAR room being like, to toenail off. Because VAR's been actually, to be fair to VAR, I know people are, but in general, it has been good.
Yeah, they made the lines thicker apparently.
It's not been. I can't think of a game where there's been like multiple bad refereeing decisions where VAR's been garbage. Like in general, if you're talking about VAR going forward and referees going forward, if this is the standard, then I don't think people can have many complaints.
It's fast as well.
Exactly. 5 seconds, boom, it's gone. You know, I don't even
Yeah,
think
but
about it anymore.
yeah, but I think that Russia penalty was. I mean, they just gave it to Russia. Just
It
that was
doesn't
not
matter
fair.
now, bro. It doesn't matter
Okay, yeah,
now.
now it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So does anyone else have any thoughts on this Belgian game? Lukaku, before we move on?
I think he's
I mean,
fourth best, probably striker. Oh, sorry.
yes.
Who's
Speak on.
who's your top 5?
So I was thinking Lewandowski up front. I would go Benzema second. Now this is where it gets tricky because I still think Kane might be slightly better, but I think Lukaku's on his way to having a better career and a better legacy than Kane.
Yes.
Kane can't score against Dynamo Zagreb, so
I think
I can't put Kane ahead of Lukaku.
Just like I don't want to put too much
Scott
weight.
McTominay pocket Kane. Scott McTominay.
Exactly.
I don't want to put too much weight on, say, like a league title, right? But Inter's league title was so big because it stopped 10 in a row. Like the significance of that and the fact that Lukaku led them on that way. And Lukaku probably has the better international career as well. So
yeah, but but you guys gotta look at the way the teams play. The way Inter and Belgium plays with Lukaku's strengths. Doesn't mean Lukaku isn't a great striker, but we can't be comparing how players do and not looking at the way the teams play also. You know what I'm saying? Look at Belgium and look at the way Belgium and Inter play. They're both dependent very heavily on counterattacks. Lukaku is very great on the counterattack. Doesn't mean he's not great. Doesn't mean he's not great at coming and getting the ball and doing all that stuff. But the way Belgium and Inter play, it brings out his strengths. The way England play doesn't bring out Harry Kane's strengths.
Do you not think it was a huge mistake to sell Lukaku and keep Martial? Looking back,
no, because the way
I don't think so.
Because the way we wanted to play, Lukaku wasn't fitting in the way the way Ole wanted to play. You know, sometimes
And he was becoming a meme, bro. He was a meme.
sometimes it's just not a good fit.
Yeah.
You could say, Inter's a good fit for the way he plays.
Fair enough.
But like,
I also think that Lukaku's at that time, I think because they had put in away and stuff like that. I don't think Lukaku's hold up play was that good. And as a number 9, like, and as well as like he's great on the counter, but like if you compare him to say for what Cavani gives to Manchester United now, like in terms of like actually making good runs into the box, in terms of finding space and doing those things. Lukaku at Manchester United didn't really have that. He was great on the counter. The boy could bully defenders, which in hindsight is good against a lot of the smaller teams because you do need a Lukaku against like a Burnley, against the West Brom, etc. to shrug off defenders. And obviously with his good touch to score goals, he can do that. But when it comes to trying to find space, which especially when he didn't have a lot of players that could give him that service, he found it difficult, understandably so, you know. But even I can admit he's improved this game. So, but yeah, does anyone else have anything to say about it?
Okay, I just want to counter Chimera's point a bit. Like, I hear you when you're like Belgium and Inter, they play more to Lukaku's strengths right now than Spurs in England do to Kane. But when Kane was, you could say, in his prime, when Tottenham was competing a lot more consistent in the league and in cup finals, Kane was playing well, but he still didn't win anything, while Lukaku's led his teams to something.
Yeah,
So,
but you can't compare that because they played in different leagues. Like, come on, if Lukaku was playing for Tottenham, you think they're going to win something? I don't think so.
Do you not
but
think
10 in a row, bro. 9 in a row.
You know what I'm saying though, but you got to understand though, he's playing like let's look at honest. Juventus declined. Inter was the best team in Italy. Let's be honest. They were the best team. Lukaku was playing for the best team in Italy. Harry Kane's playing for Tottenham. We can't use trophies and to compare them. You got to use context when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest.
What about the Europa League?
But Chimera, for example, in this tournament, who was the better team, Lukaku or Kane? Because Lukaku is performing.
So who has the better team?
Yeah.
No, I think Belgium. But I always thought Belgium was better than England.
In terms of talent, England is way better than Belgium. In terms of
talent doesn't mean anything. Depends on how the chemistry and how you play. Look at all these English players. How many of them? Grealish just came into the squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys don't. You can see the way they play. They don't really have chemistry like that. These Belgian players have been playing together for a while. They have chemistry.
That's true.
I think
what I'm
it could be like a product of the fact that their focal point is playing better, linking up better. As a result, the rest of the team is playing better.
Hmm.
Like it's
Yeah.
not just simple that Belgium's playing better than England. Like how much is Lukaku playing better than Kane, resulting in like how do you say Belgium playing better than England? Because I remember against Denmark, Belgium did not play well. Belgium got outplayed against Denmark, but Lukaku put two great runs. He didn't get the goal themselves, but he created two goals basically. Lukaku against Denmark, and Kane hasn't done that.
Because the thing we gotta understand is like, I don't know, are we gonna pretend like Lukaku hasn't flopped in the Champions League for Inter? And Harry Kane, look at every big game.
Of course.
Look at every big game for Tottenham in the Champions League. Harry Kane, he scored a lot of big goals for them. He showed up against Barcelona. He scored.
He didn't show up against Dynamo Zagreb though.
I mean, that's one game, bro. You're gonna use one game out of all
but
the games.
that's lesser competition.
But that doesn't matter. He scored against Barcelona.
To be honest, they're both European flops. To be honest, let's be real.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they're both. Yeah.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true because Harry Kane has scored against Barcelona. He scored against Juventus.
Where though?
He scored
When
against
did
Real
he
Madrid.
score? Oh, are you talking about the 2018 group stage?
Bro,
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
When they lost 4-2.
Bro, I'm saying every big game he has played, he scored. Against Juventus in the knockout stage, he scored 2 goals.
I mean, the only thing I would say about this is that I do sort of agree with you. Like after the group stage, Harry Kane got injured, and they still managed to get to the Champions League final without him.
Facts.
Then he came back.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is like when he had a chance, he scored against Dortmund. Who scored the goal? He scored. He scored every big game he's had a chance to in the Champions League. He has scored. That's my point. Even in the group stage, Lukaku hasn't shown up. So you can't give me the group stage because Lukaku hasn't even shown up in the group stage. So that's what I'm saying. Like every big game in the Champions League, Kane has had a chance to play in. He scored.
Apart from the biggest game of them all, to be
apart from the final.
Huh?
Apart from the biggest game. Yeah.
So you're talking about the final when he came back from injury? Like, come on. Like, come on.
No, but he said he was fit to play. He has to.
Yeah, that's on him
say,
then,
bro?
really. That could be a
that.
mentality thing.
Of course he's going to say that, bro. Like,
yeah, but then you can't really excuse him anymore. If he says, I want to play, then...
Is anyone...
It's obvious the guy wasn't fit, though. I'm being objective. So obviously he wasn't fit.
We'll talk about Kane a bit later, but I just want to say, anyone else has any comments about this this game in particular, or should we move on to just reviewing some of the other games, which is Wales versus Turkey, Switzerland,
Italy. We need to talk about Italy.
Move on. Okay, so yeah, let's quickly.
I need to talk about Wales.
Oh, you talk about Wales. Okay, fine. Okay, so yeah, we're moving on. Okay, right. Okay, so actually, before we go into Wales versus Italy, can we just appreciate how much of a flop Turkey have been in this tournament? As being counted as one of the dark horses. They're going to be like, do this, they're going to ball. I'm sorry,
what was all this hype?
Yeah. Where they come, when I look back, I don't know what it was based on. Or was it that they had a decent the last couple of games were qualifiers, they're okay. So how did they just collapse? You know,
people thought their defense looked good on paper. I think that was one of the things I heard, because one of them plays for Leicester and the other one for Juventus. So, but obviously that's a pretty terrible reason.
And obviously Yilmaz, you know, as the main striker, maybe people thought that he was going to do something. But obviously shout out to Switzerland, and obviously, and Xhaka and what have you, Shaqiri, Liverpool, Xhaka for Arsenal, doing their thing. But it must be disappointing, surely. I mean, anyone else just want to speak on it and just what went wrong? Well, yeah, this is basically kind of what went wrong for Turkey.
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong, but I feel like a lot of their hype came from their positive results against France. I don't know if they beat them or if they drew to them in the qualifiers, but that positive result and then them springboarding them to qualifying, I think that's where the majority of the hype came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they just weren't that good to begin with.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I think that their main hype was because in the qualification they do not lose to France. I mean, they beat once France and drew
4 points, and they beat
yeah.
too.
They beat Netherlands too.
But France doesn't really destroy smaller teams like some other great national teams used to do.
Yeah, they don't.
Who is that another great national?
That's
2014 Germany.
You're like Germany.
Also 2012 Spain, but like France, they're like if they're up against the park bus, they're like they just grind out 1-0 wins or draws.
And I Red Devil, and I know how passionate Turkish people are. I mean, this guy cannot go to Turkey back again. 100%. Erdogan was in the stadium.
He's like, bro, guys, this guys are disgraced. And to be fair, I mean, like, okay, I can understand them losing to Italy. I think that it was close. You're like, okay, fair enough, Mancini. But the Wales to me was the big shock, not because they lost per se, but the manner in which they lost. Like Wales are not in the top 10 in Europe, but the way they just took Turkey apart, like if they had better finishers, it could have been 4-0 to Wales. That's the game that really I was like, I don't know what's wrong with these guys, because Wales shouldn't really be, tearing apart this or taking apart a team that looks like it has a lot of experience in it. I mean, I don't know. Am I seeing that wrong or what?
No, you're right. You're right. Wales, don't they have a bunch of championship players and fringe Premier League players and French Walsh League domestic players and Bale? Isn't that about it?
Yes.
Those guys have chemistry. They've all been playing for a while. Like people don't understand how big chemistry is when it comes to things like this.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that. Because at the end of the day, I think they said, 3 or 4 of those players have been there since the 2016. When is it that they went to
2016.
the semi-final? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I think a few of those players, at least 3, 4, 5, have, in the starting lineup, were in that 2016 squad, and they did very well. So I think chemistry does. I mean, did you see? So they got Dan James, Bale, and Ramsey. They were analyzing that game against Turkey. Dan James just kept bringing the right back just everywhere, wherever he wanted him to, and it created so much space in behind. And Ramsey and Bale, it was literally like Ramsey just had to run. He knew Bale was going to pass it exactly where he wanted it to. Ramsey had at least 3 or 4 or 5 chances. He could have scored 5 goals, and Bale was putting the ball on the money every single time. And if they could keep doing that, if those 3 can stay fit, I genuinely think they have a decent chance. Because, like you said, that's a squad right there. That's a team. They don't have, apart from Bale, who are the sort of world-class players in that team, but they're definitely a team, way more than England. You can see that. England aren't a team for me. It's just individuals. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Because, no matter how good your team is.
Red Devil, can I ask you a question?
Facts.
Yeah, go for it. And then we've got a question from the chat, but go on, man.
Is Gareth Bale the greatest British player ever?
Or export?
No,
Because
just British in general, British Isle.
Non-English?
No,
UK
British
and Ireland.
in general. Great British.
I can't. I gotta go.
Okay. It's Gareth Bale, George Best, and Kenny Dalglish. Objectively speaking,
I've got to put Bobby Charlton in there. This guy.
Because Red Devil.
Yeah.
4 CLs. He has scored in 2 finals or 3 finals, I think. Not only that, he
scored the best CL goal ever.
Before Bale, I didn't know where Wales was.
Easy. Relax.
Was it even making
with all the
international
respect to
football?
Welsh people, I met some Welsh people that are very nice guys, but I didn't know. After Bale, they reached the same as Wales. Wales reached the same as with Bale. I mean, this is in HH words. This is degree of difficulty.
Yeah. It is.
That's true. I mean, it's why. I'm not gonna bring up this argument. But it's one of the things where I said when people are talking about Lewandowski with Poland and Messi with Argentina, and I agree that in both of those teams you can make an argument for they didn't have the the associate players. They didn't do this, and I get that, but that becomes less of an argument when you see what Bale has done on this Welsh side. So if Bale can take Wales to a semi-final of Euros, then you like to think that Messi should be able to carry Argentina over the line with a Copa America at least, or and likewise with Lewandowski, maybe not winning anything with Poland, I don't get that, but maybe scoring more goals at the World Cup, etc. So I can see where the argument can be for Bale being one of the best British players from the sheer fact of the degree of difficulty, the fact that whereas with England, with some of the maybe not George Best, but certainly with Bob Charlton and a few of the other players, the teams they internationally were still good teams for the time. But obviously, Bale, comparatively speaking, with Wales, they're obviously much, much, much better teams around Europe, around the world than Wales, and he's managed to achieve something similar with them. So,
you know what's weird? Like when you think about it, the greatest players from the UK, right? They're not from England. The greatest players from United Kingdom, I would say, are Bale, Best, and you get Northern Ireland, you get Wales. Yeah. I'm gonna say Kenny Dalglish just because he won like 4 European Cups with Liverpool. So
what about Kenny?
What?
I put Bobby Charlton there. He's the only English person, but
Sorry,
what about Paul Gascoigne? You gotta put him
there.
Gascoigne was quite good as well, but
Gascoigne was probably the only...
Get the hell out of here, Rio Ferdinand.
I thought you were going to say. I'm glad Undisputed didn't say Steven Gerrard though. So I thought you were going to say
Gerrard is not as good as Bale or Best.
Wait, really?
Realistic? No. Bale and Best are like different.
Yeah. He's not as good as Scholes either, but we'll move on from that.
Wait, whoa! What's going on here?
Scholes is not even as good as Ramsey.
Gerrard's not as good as those guys.
What?
No,
you guys are tripping.
Nah, Gerrard's as good as Bale. They're about the same. They're close.
Gerrard is good as Bale.
They're
close.
Come on.
I'll take that, but I'll take that as a compliment. But I don't know, man. Just
the panel. Josh Jones knows it's a thing. He's asked the panel if they genuinely believe Lewandowski is the best player in the world and better than Mbappe. I know this guy is legend against Mbappe.
He's an Mbappe section.
Yes, he is. Lewandowski is better than Mbappe.
Yeah, he is.
It's close. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't have
many
Mbappe
goals
in my
would
top
Lewandowski score if he was being fed by Griezmann and Pogba and co? So it's different.
Lewandowski, it's simple. Look at the Euro.
How many goals would Mbappe have if he played for Poland?
He has
0, and he plays for France.
No, Mbappe will more because Mbappe is. I feel like Mbappe though he'll be more.
Can't just look at it like just goals though.
Yeah, but Mbappe is more likely to make something happen for Poland because he can like take the ball, dribble, do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
dribble.
doesn't mean he's better.
Dribble.
Wait.
Now,
dribble.
There's a difference between being fast and knowing how to dribble.
Mbappe can dribble. Come on,
Wait.
Messi can dribble. Neymar can dribble.
I'm not tolerating this.
No.
Let me show you.
Kick and run merchants. Let's go.
Right. Relax. Okay, hopefully Josh answered your question, so I knew that was going to stir controversy. Anyway, moving on. Obviously, Turkey with Switzerland. So Wales, Italy. We obviously talk a bit about Wales with Bale and stuff like that as well. So, but I want to maybe talk a bit about Italy and how people think about, Italy, the way they played. Obviously, three wins, 3 games, 3 wins. Are these guys one of the favourites to win the Euros?
Yep.
I mean, the king is back. I was so excited when I saw that assist. Oh my god! Did you get that assist? Mere mortals would have crossed the ball to the far post, but this genius, this man, this guy saw the near. Oh my god! The tackling.
You guys are shameless.
Beautiful pass.
You're shameless.
Pass.
This is. When children 50, 60 years from now are learning how to play football and they want to learn how to be a midfielder, people will show clips of this man. How to play the midfield game properly. I'm actually astonished.
Marco.
This is exactly
what a player. What a player.
The community is divided on Marco.
Marco is a bench player. for Italy.
No, he's gonna. No.
No, he's
Your
not.
Jorginho's going on the bench. I'm very sure Jorginho's going. No, I think
Yeah.
Locatelli's going on the bench. I would
Either
bench
him-
Jorginho is
Jorginho.
playing every game.
So
Yeah,
someone's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
hit the
back.
bench, man, because Marco
Yeah,
has to
someone's
start.
hitting the bench.
Probably like
I think Locatelli, I'm guessing. And
But I don't understand the case that naysayers are making for Italy. They're saying that they're receiving too much praise because they've played no one. But
But if
here's the
Italy-
caveat: if Italy
You can't
doesn't
say
deserve
that. You
praise,
can't say that.
who
Yeah,
does?
who does? Who does? If Italy don't deserve praise, who deserves praise?
Yeah.
nobody,
Yeah.
literally everyone apart from Italy has some serious flaws so far.
Yeah.
Maybe Holland, but
Yeah, Holland's been alright.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
surprising.
Holland I think deserves some. I
Yeah.
think because people thought the Netherlands were going to be garbage.
the boy,
Yeah.
the boy.
I mean, they've been really good.
No, but I think they just
Shout
have
out
a
to Boer.
strong spine in midfield and defense with De Ligt and De Jong and Wijnaldum and De Vrij and stuff like that. So they'll always be a threat, even if attacking wise they're quite limited.
Yeah. Only got the pie.
Yeah.
So, any further points on Italy? Just being so, is that a general concern that people think that Italy are favourites to win it? Well, yeah. Well, would you say these guys are favourites?
No, they're not.
Well,
I still think France
France is favorite. France
Yeah.
is
How are
favorite.
France
Wait,
favourites?
wait.
Please explain
Because
this to me.
because World
I
Cup
have a question.
holders.
See the players. Red Devil,
have a
just see
question.
the squad.
Yeah, the players are better than anyone else. Let's be honest here, on paper at least.
And plus, they haven't,
Plus they are the World Cup winners. So
they haven't lost it until
I mean-
somebody actually beat them. They're the favorite.
I mean, did you see that goal?
Well-
That what's his name? Was it Pandev? No, Fiola scored against
Pandev.
this Fiola. Basically,
but
I read this guy is 38, and this 38 guy from Hungary ran past Kamara, done Varane, and scored that goal on that side. No, I mean, he's about to get his pension. And
How old is Pavard? He shouldn't be getting done like that.
Wait,
you should be getting done by a 38-year-old Hungarian pension.
okay, respect the
That
treble
was
winner,
literally
okay?
last game. Like,
Respect
guys, I'm done.
treble winner.
Panda.
but the Red Devil. I think France did not took very seriously that game because it's Hungary. I mean,
Yeah,
No,
I
but
think
like,
France will
you-
beat
you're-
Portugal pretty
yeah.
convincingly.
they will beat easily Portugal.
Nah, man, I don't think it's gonna be easily.
Nah, I don't think so.
It might be a draw.
But I
It might
think
be a draw.
Italy
Yeah.
versus France would be quite good because that's quite like an international rivalry, especially with 2000 and 2006. What happened in those two finals?
Yeah.
Hopefully, Pogba headbutts Verratti.
It's gonna be Zidane and
Easy.
what's the guy's name?
Materazzi.
Yeah,
Materazzi.
Materazzi.
That's man.
No,
Any other?
think,
Go on. Go on.
sorry, just thinking about Pogba headbutting Verratti would actually be quite difficult just because of how much shorter Verratti is.
Bro,
Just
he's like a foot taller.
Any other thoughts on Italy going through this tournament or like?
I mean,
I have a question.
Italy.
Because
Who's that?
Sounds like HH.
Ooh, sorry. Go on.
I
Where
mean,
was-
I mean Italy. They, they have 10 games in a row without conceding a goal. That means that they are playing amazingly. But do not get hype of this, because I remember in 2010, Germany won every game till the semifinals, and we beat 4-0 Argentina, 4-1 the Golden Generation of England, and 4-0 Portugal. So
Yeah.
we should not get hype just because of the amazing run Italy is doing.
yeah,
Mhm.
I remember
But I
that Germany. Yeah, sorry. Keep
I
going,
think
Klaus.
the only team that can beat France, I think, is Italy. The only team,
Yeah.
because
What-
France
what I
is,
would
for me
say
is
is-
clear favorite.
But what I would say is though, like, given what the results France has had since the World Cup, including like what's that competition called, the International League. Like when I saw France
National
play
League.
Germany and Holland, like Holland outclassed them in both clashes. Like they beat them first game, and I think they drew the second game. The one thing I think Holland is missing is Van Dijk. Like if they had Van Dijk, I would have a lot more confidence in them to like really, really compete for this. trophy. But I still think they could still beat France even without him, but not win the trophy.
So what's their defense now, Holland, without Van Dijk? I'm guessing it's De Ligt,
De
De
Ligt
Vrij, and who's the
Blind.
third one? Because they
It's
play
Blind.
three at the back.
It's
Okay.
Blend. No, it's
Oh,
Blend.
Wait, what?
Blind.
De Vrij? I
Blind
didn't realize how
left
good he
back,
was.
It's Blend. That's the third.
Did
I don't
I
really think
blend?
they're missing Van Dijk like that.
No.
Like, you know, obviously Van
So
Dijk
far.
is world class.
So
and-
far, I don't.
Yeah,
trust
so
it.
exactly so far. And I mean,
Oh, I
sorry,
was
who's in that group?
loving Captain Marco. Thank God that
Who's in that
Bumbazucci was on the bench.
Capitano. El Capitano.
I think it's
Yeah,
going
So
to
wait, you were saying you don't think they're missing him that far. Do you think that they would concede the type of goals that they did against Ukraine had Van Dijk been there? I don't think so.
That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah. Especially the header. That was stupid.
And when it comes to, you know, a bit stronger competition too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
And-
But
and
I mean,
let's-
the attack, Jeez, that guy,
Yeah,
Liverpool
man,
really
Gini's a
messed
different
up
player.
letting him go. That guy
Josh-
is seriously, that guy is seriously a baller, man.
Josh Jones, it looks like you're not going to let this go. Like, how is Lewandowski better than Mbappe? What does he do better than him? He can't carry the ball, can't cut his zone. Isn't a game beside like Mbappe? Not even a better finisher. Please,
Lewandowski can win a Champions League. Lewandowski can win a Champions League. That's how he's better.
Lewandowski can score 1v1 situations.
No, why are we
Yeah,
even
yeah.
comparing them though? They're not similar.
offenses as Holland has played Farmers. Stop this hype, please. Okay.
It's not hype. It's not hype.
No, it's people are like, oh, you played easy teams, but look at say Spain or England, who drew against Scotland, and who the hell did Spain even draw against? I'm blanking. Poland, yeah.
Sweden and Poland.
And Poland.
So it's not as if you're beating them easily, it's still a good sign, generally speaking.
But the only thing that I don't like about this Italy team is their defense. I mean, Bonucci and Chiellini, are these guys like 95 years old? So
Yeah.
I mean, I
But,
think
like, in the first game they were pretty good.
They should
Yeah, they're
start
good, but-
Bastoni,
if they face a team with fast attackers like France, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do well.
But
Maybe they do well.
Chiellini's injured though, so I think they'll start that 21-year-old kid from Inter now, or 22-year-old.
Oh,
Bastoni. Bastoni.
Yeah. So, and also think
Ah,
Donnarumma's way better than Lloris, but I don't know how much influence that would have.
Yeah, he's a better shot stopper.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Let's quickly move. Are we on? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think the final review of Matchday 3 is obviously Ukraine versus Russia and Netherlands versus Macedonia. Let's start with the Dutch first. Well, I mean, shout out to North Macedonia. To be honest, I actually rather they'd gone for Austria because I thought the way that Austria played is kind of quite boring in my opinion. Were we all wrong about Frank de Boer?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Hate the bar we want, man. But Holland plays some good football, man. Like they play good football, honestly. Like, because De Boer, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know if it's his doing or just because Holland have always traditionally played good football, just their DNA. I don't know if it's doing, but I mean, honestly, as a manager, we gotta give them credit because they are playing well and they're playing good football. So
honestly, the level of international managers is so low, so unbelievably low. Mancini looks like the greatest manager of all time here at the Euros. You've got Joachim Low, like
he's the best right now.
confirmed ball sniffer who won a World Cup, and then you've got De Boer who lost 7 games and then got sacked in the Premier League, and even he's got his team playing well. So there's clearly something wrong with international football managers.
Here's a question for Undisputed in particular, and you see the man there. I know that you're a Liverpool fan, and I know that Gini Wijnaldum is obviously going to PSG.
Best player at the Euros.
So
do you think the Klopp ruins midfielders because this Gini Wijnaldum
turns into workhorses?
He didn't see that at Liverpool, and now he's going to go to PSG and might do business there. I mean, what's your thought?
His tactics seems to be, especially with midfielders, is get the ball to the wide players and then they will create from there or stretch the game from there. I wouldn't say it was too far. He ruins midfielders, but Because look what he's done to someone like Henderson, who was considered by many people to be a meme back in 2016. So,
But then look at Thiago, who was a UCL winner.
He's
Now.
not turned into a meme, okay?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna start to
Yeah, good.
Gonna start
And
to
even
be a
Fabinho's generally done well. I think maybe the better way to put it is maybe does he not get the best out of attacking midfielders? Because Henderson and Fabinho are more defensive. And Wijnaldum, I think, even plays at his best attacking. But he is a good player. He is a very good player. I do maybe Liverpool legend is too high praise. It's a little bit too high. Not legend, but like
against Barca, wasn't it?
Cult hero.
Yeah. Cult hero. That's the word I'm looking for. Cult hero. Kind of like, yeah. I would say that's fair.
Undisputed. Wasn't you before 2 months saying that this guy is useless?
Okay, I was really, really emotional because he had a really bad game where he kept passing back, and I was pissed. But because the whole only thing he did when I called him useless, like the day before his game, he had a really bad game, kept losing the ball, kept passing back, and I was just pissed. But I'm now cooled down. I'm objective now. He's inconsistent. He can have bad games, but in general, he's been quite good for Liverpool and works hard to dispossess. A little bit conservative in passing. I think he'll do well at PSG. He'll get the most, I wouldn't say they have I think PSG still need one more midfielder, to be honest, but that's a different debate.
Labille.
Oh, Labille, Wijnaldum, Marco. Oh my God.
They got Paredes too.
Yeah. At that point, I'd say like.
Anyone else thoughts on this Dutch side and what they can do going forward? Maybe even win the competition. Who knows?
No, I don't think so.
So far,
It depends who they get.
Oh, I'm going to get the tournament predictor out in a second. So, because I think some of the things
so far,
are.
they are my favorite team to watch in this tournament.
Red Devil, could you please put the whole predictor thing up? Because this 24-team tournament has completely messed everything up, and I have no idea what's going on.
Bro, it's so confusing, man. So confusing.
I want Germany, England, please.
I don't think that can. Well,
it can. I don't think
it can happen but it can only happen if Germany become third. I think. That's the only in the round of 16.
No. If we finish second and England finish first, so if England beat Czech Republic tomorrow,
I thought first in that group played third. It's first in the group that England play third in that group.
No, they play second as I know in the first of England group.
Okay.
I will get the tournament predictor. If everyone just round off on the on what they think about the Dutch, just give me about 2 minutes. I'll get the tournament predictor up. But does anyone have any comments on any further comments on Ooh, my bad.
Yeah. Jesus.
Their midfield is very strong though. They've got Wijnaldum. Sorry. You can go ahead and BD core.
It's core. It's not BD core.
Oh no!
It's Bundesliga core, bro. It's not core.
Respect my guy. Respect my guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, yo. I literally think that Dumfries is better than Jordi Alba. Is better than all these Holland players. Listen. All these Holland players that you see right here, all these Holland players are the definition of what football is supposed to be about. I just want to say that, and Eredivisie is better than La Liga. So don't at me.
You realize that Holland's core and their spine could have been Barcelona players.
I don't
care. De Ligt might still move to Barca. De Jong's there. Wijnaldum almost moved. Is there.
I don't care. During Timbers is better than Gerard Piqué. Flipping Dumfries and Wijnaldum is the best fullbacks in world football right now.
Wait, who is their left back?
Bro, I don't even know. I think it's Winjo.
Yeah. Winjo. He's better. He's better than
Gosens was supposed to be Dutch, but Germany stole him from him.
No. It's not true.
So, yes, it is true. Gosens is Dutch, right?
No, it's not true. You understood that you should do the research better.
just like Spain stole Thiago from Brazil only to bench him for Koke.
Oh yeah, same with Diego
Bricks.
Costa.
Enrique's the brick.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
Okay.
No, European countries are a bunch of thieves, man. They even tried to take Messi from Argentina.
I wish Spain took Messi. That way it would have been undisputed that Messi was the GOAT.
But the thing is, back
No.
in 2005,
No.
which was the better footballing country, when Messi had to make his decision in 2005.
Argentina.
Yeah.
easily.
Probably
Yeah, so
Argentina.
it's easy to say these things in hindsight, but back then it was not so clear.
Exactly.
That's true.
Right. So I'm just getting that torn prediction up before I was interrupted. Does anyone actually think that the Dutch can actually win this, by the way?
No.
They got a chance.
I think
Dark
lacking in
horses.
attack.
Dark
Attack is the
horses.
problem.
I mean, they can. Why not?
Dark horses. Dark
Let
horses.
me tell you why I don't want them to win. I support them, but because I'm a Liverpool stan and fan, and I want Van Dijk to win Holland's first trophy, I don't want Holland to win.
We're not their first
Hopefully
trophy. They won the Euros
next year.
before. They won the Euros before.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
With
I mean, they play good football,
I
man.
think with Frank Rijkaard and Van Basten and those stuff.
Yeah, it was in the 88 Euros.
Yeah, and Juliet. Okay, so that's the order for.
Yeah.
The-
so I
the-
think-
these orders are pretty much confirmed. I think.
I'm going to need a switch. So Nails, Netherlands, Austria, Ukraine, yeah, and
I
then
think that looks right. Yeah.
all this is fine. So it's these next three that are going to be sorted out. So
I think England, then Czech, then Croatia.
okay,
I think that's what will
Scotland
happen.
going to be bottom.
I think so. Yeah, because they only have 1 point so far.
Undisputed, you got to have the
Yeah.
autonomy tax, man. You gotta have the autonomy tax.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel Scotland might get one over Croatia. To be honest, I've not really been impressed with Croatia.
They're so bad. going
Why?
forward.
Because they took points from England.
But they're Scotland's
No,
hopeless
not
going
that. No,
forward.
just the way that Croatia play. Like they've just been so in. Aside from the last 20 minutes of that game against Czech Republic, most games they started slow, lethargic, not really, can't really even pass. You know, they only really turned it on the last 20 minutes when I think the Czech Republic scored and they had to get another goal. So I think if Scotland start the way they did against England, like with that high press, with that intensity, then I think that might cause Croatia problems because they just haven't got started in the first half. It's just that Scotland don't have that many good finishers. What about this Group E? I mean, are people really
confused by Spain.
Sweden is gonna be Sweden, Spain, Poland, Slovakia.
So Poland
But
as well.
Slovakia have 3 points though, don't they?
I
Yeah,
don't
no.
trust Poland. I don't trust Poland at all.
Who they playing next?
Slovakia is
Slovakia-
playing Spain.
Spain and Poland are playing Sweden.
I think Spain would beat Slovakia. So I think they'll go
Yeah,
back.
but Spain is like they maintain the ball like 50 minutes, but they cannot score. I mean, they're the most boring team to watch in my eyes. I mean,
Yeah. I just don't see Slovakia being able to cope with their game the way Sweden and Poland were.
Well, I mean, we said that about, I don't know, to be honest, I think Slovakia are arguably better than Sweden and Poland, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, but I don't think they're
Sweden's
better.
better. Sweden
Because
They're better playing Spain.
is better than both in Slovakia and Poland. Sweden.
I think Spain is finishing bottom.
Bottom?
Yeah, they're
So
going home.
Spain is losing against Slovakia.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're going home.
No,
I just don't know where the
I
goals,
don't think
I don't know where the goals are going to come from for Spain. That's my issue with Spain.
I mean, they'll get
individual
I agree.
goals.
Do people generally trust Morata?
not really. I mean, but
Not
they
at
don't-
all.
Nobody trusts Morata.
They don't have any other options. I mean, that's the only. I mean, they should have took Iago Aspas.
Well,
There's
in that
Gerard Moreno that they should play down the middle and then play Oyarzabal and somebody else on the right.
It's
The thing I worry about playing Gerard Moreno, bro, is like I watch Gerard Moreno and I watch Morata, and Gerard Moreno doesn't have Morata's movement. He doesn't get in position like Morata because I watched Gerard Moreno several times, and I watched him even when he played Man U. I didn't see him at all. I didn't even see him. I didn't see him against Poland, bro. I'm just saying, like, it's easy to say that, but if
He
you
had the
play Gerard
assist
Moreno-
though.
Yeah, but Chimera, what's the point getting in positions when you cannot finish? You are just there.
No, I'm saying, but like my point
Yeah,
is, if you're gonna bench Morata, like just be sure, just know Spain not gonna create as much chances as they did. So I'm just saying, like,
And like you said,
I'm gonna
against
remember this.
Man United, you saw Gerard Moreno. He didn't really do anything till he scored. That's the thing, though. He scored out of
yeah,
nothing.
but how did he
Morata's
score?
not going to score out of nothing.
How do you score off? He scored off a set piece. Spain don't be doing set pieces like that. You got to look at the way Spain played. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can start Gerard Moreno, but I'm telling you, you start him, Spain are going to control the ball, but you're not going to see them create anything. So I'm saying, like, you want to try that, but if you're gonna play Morata, you got to play wingers that play to their strengths. Play Adama Traore to cross the ball into the box.
I don't know why Troy's not had a game, to be honest.
He should probably get subbed. Though. I don't think he should start. He should get subbed.
Yeah, but he's not even been subbed, and honestly, I don't really understand.
Yeah, it'd be better if he's a substitute.
Yeah, like the team ain't just like, we just have to be honest. This Spain team really is not that good. Like, at all. Like, it's just really not. Like,
it's not.
No. But we have certain people who hype them up. So let's let them become good. Okay.
Okay. So how is this group going to end then? Give me a general sense. How's this group going to
start? Sweden number 1, number 2 Spain, number 3 Slovakia, number 4 Poland.
I think that general. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, this group F: France, Portugal, Germany, Hungary. Is it that
France
order?
Number 1. France
Germany's
number 1.
Okay. I think
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Bottom. Germany will finish fourth.
No, they're not gonna finish bottom.
You said Germany.
Yeah, because some English people, some English fans told me that we are trash. So I think.
Yeah, I think.
That's like
I actually think in a rematch, Germany is one of the few teams who has an okay chance of beating France.
So is this
how though with our defense lapses? Can you tell me?
Cor, when did you become sure first?
I don't know when.
I'm just asking how though. How do you have a chance in a rematch?
Meanwhile, Klaus, could you please speak to Cor in German? Explain to him why.
He understands. He understands. Say the thing that I said before.
Hey, I'm just part of the DFB team in English and Twitter. The Twitter handle.
No, but I think your defense is not. I'm not going to say Germany's defense is not even that bad, to be honest.
Matt Hummels, the guy is I don't know.
Yeah, Matt Hummels is just.
And Emre Can. And Emre Can is the worst player I've ever seen in my life.
Why do you not bring
Klopp made him look okay. Klopp made him look like a good player.
Where is Jerome Boateng? Like.
Well, I mean, maybe to bring Jerome Boateng into it, but
he would have done a way better job than what Hummels was doing in that game against France. Like,
yeah.
So FYI, like this. So do people think France, Germany, Portugal, Hungary?
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. I think.
Okay.
But this is a thing, Red Devil. Is a thing that if France drew with Portugal tomorrow. Not tomorrow. After 2 days, they drew with Portugal, and we beat Hungary. We go first.
That's actually possible.
Yeah, that is.
If France drew, but if France beat easily Portugal, that's a different thing then.
No, I think France will beat Portugal.
How do you? Oh yeah, So if Germany beat so because Germany have what 3 points, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And the German game will be played in Munich, so we will not face
I think Germany.
So do you think Germany will be ahead of France then?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, because I think France will
Germany's hands. What France will do?
Probably get knocked out in the round of 16. Yeah.
No, France. France is winning
because Muller's not playing, bro. Like, I just don't know what to say.
I need a prediction. I need a general prediction so I can go for these first-place teams.
I think this is right. The way you've said it is pretty much
right.
Okay.
Right.
The fourth best third-place teams then. So we got
Switzerland.
Okay. Remove Finland. Remove Finland because they are -3 goals and they have 3 points.
Yeah, that's true.
Switzerland has to be one. Switzerland.
Switzerland have what's their goal
No,
difference?
Switzerland has 4 points. Ukraine has 3 points.
Yeah, I think Switzerland's
So,
already through, aren't they? I think I saw that
yeah,
Switzerland's already qualified or something on Twitter. So
Wait,
yeah,
wait. So
Switzerland, yeah.
so if Portugal loses to France, they could be out of this because then they'll have a 0 goal difference. At least a 0 goal difference could be negative if
Yeah,
Yeah,
France.
but
they will
Hungary
be.
has to win though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, as long as Portugal don't lose by 2 goals, they're good.
yeah,
No, it doesn't matter about Hungary. Portugal has 3 points right now.
yeah.
3 points,
shit.
yeah.
Maybe
And
Hungary.
they have 0 goals, because they conceded 4 and they score 4. So
Then
if
again,
France
well,
beat them like 3-0, 2-0,
No,
Croatia. If Croatia here, we're assuming that Croatia have also beaten Scotland, which means they will have 4 points, which means they're probably through as well.
yeah.
So and then Ukraine.
I think Ukraine would be through.
Did Ukraine have 4 points? How did they have 3 or 4
No,
points?
no, they have 3 and they have
3
a minus
points.
1 goal difference.
Oh,
Minus
yeah,
1.
true.
Okay. And then Slovakia.
They have 3 points.
And they're
Slovakia
playing
might-
Spain.
Slovakia might get in.
Pick
Pick Portugal.
can't
Pick
like
Portugal.
get lubricated.
Portugal
pick-
is better than all those other teams.
Yeah,
yo.
Portugal probably, and probably Ukraine and Portugal. I would go with.
Okay.
Portugal's
no,
good.
I don't think Ukraine undisputed because they have only 3 points, and they are minus 3 goals.
But based on
No,
the
no,
past
they're minus
elections,
1.
so would Slovakia
Minus-
as well.
Yeah, Slovakia
Yeah,
might be
I
better
think
than.
Slovakia will go.
Yeah.
Slovakia will go through.
Okay, right. Let's go forward.
How
so
the hell is this gonna work out?
this is generated. So somehow
Jesus.
it'll be based on those predictions: Belgium versus Slovakia, Italy versus Austria, France, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Spain, Sweden, England, Germany,
Jeez, man.
Netherlands, Portugal,
England, Germany.
Wales, Denmark. Somehow based on that.
I'll just get bounced by England, yo.
Nah, bro. England's not beating
I
Germany.
don't know.
Okay, so let's pick the obvious ones first at the top.
Let's go for the. In fact, yeah. We'll round. This will be the final. This is the segment of the show. So
Belgium, Italy. Belgium.
predictions before we look at the
Easy.
games. Belgium versus Slovakia.
Belgium,
Easy.
easily.
That's just a dub. So, any score predictions for that?
3-0. 3-0 Belgium.
3-0
4-0 Belgium.
2-0 probably.
No.
Easy.
Okay, easy dub for
Hazard
Belgium.
masterclass. Hazard masterclass.
Sorry.
Italy, Austria.
Italy.
Easy.
I think
I would
2-0.
say
2-0 Italy.
2-0.
2-0 Italy. Okay, we're going to come back to this game because this will be interesting. France versus Switzerland.
Switzerland.
1-0.
France 1-0.
France. Come on.
France 1-0.
France
I
1-0.
think it'll be 2-1 for France. Some ugly
It'll
game.
be
but they'll
close.
win.
It'll be close.
2-1 Switzerland.
No,
Yeah, relax,
Switzerland
bro.
is not
Relax.
winning.
Relax. What the hell?
Switzerland have no chance,
Relax.
yo.
What the hell?
Mbappe will show up.
Shaqiri could ball. Shaqiri could ball. That's it. Shaqiri could.
Karim Benzema.
Xhaka maybe. Xhaka can bolt.
He could. Czech Republic, Spain. I don't think this is as easy as people are going to make it out to be. Actually,
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
But I see Spain winning though.
Spain in extra time.
Czech Republic upset. Czech Republic
But
upset.
if it goes to penalties,
It might be.
Czech's
I might be
Czech
going
Republic
penalties.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Patrick Schick.
I don't even think Spain's going to be there. I think it's going to be Poland and Slovakia and Czech Republic. But that's me.
People really don't rate. Maybe if they had Ansu Fati, it would be different. Who knows?
No,
No, I just don't rate Enrique.
Undisputed.
I don't rate
They
Enrique.
are more boring to watch than England.
the team's
That
just not,
tells you all.
the team's just not that good.
Czech Republic.
Like
Czech
it's
Republic.
just
their
lacking
attackers
in
are-
talent in general. To be honest.
Czech Republic upset.
so I'll put France here. So people legit saying that Czech Republic would beat
I still
Spain.
think
Wait,
Spain
wait,
will
let's
just
vote.
about edge it, but they'll
Let's
get
vote,
I'm
let's
saying
vote.
Czech Republic.
but they'll
gotta
get
vote.
smacked by France though. I think they'll edge
I don't
Czech
know.
Republic, but get smacked by France.
Sweden, Croatia.
I got Sweden.
Yeah, I think so too. Because
Sweden.
Croatia's
Yeah,
not that
Sweden.
good anymore.
Nah, I'm going Croatia. Croatia has to win this one.
Sweden,
Basically.
Isaac.
Easy Croatia.
Based on what call? Why do you think Croatia will do it?
Because experience and know-how. You know, these guys like
Those
they're
same players
very
aren't there, bro.
no. But
Mandzukic is
Modric-
gone. Super
Like
Soccer
I fancy Croatia's first 11 and Sweden's first 11. I think Croatia is gonna go through.
saying Sweden.
Yeah, most of us said Sweden, so yeah.
Yeah, Sweden.
Oh, so you're gonna say Sweden?
Yeah.
Isaac
Croatia.
lives, man. Isaac lives, man. Yeah,
Isaac
man.
masterclass.
Isaac masterclass against Croatia. He's arguably out of the two teams, I'd say he's probably the best player. I know Modric is there, but
Modric is old, man. Modric.
Put some respect on Lovren's name.
Get the hell out of
Come
here.
on, bro. Come on,
Shut
bro.
up,
Red
shut
Devil.
up.
Modric is older than HH. Come on.
He actually is.
I think it will be 2-1 Croatia. 2-1 Croatia. This is what I'm saying.
2-1 Croatia. But it seems like you're in the minority here. So a lot of people seem to go with Sweden. So we will go with Sweden. And then England versus Germany.
Democracy.
England.
Germany.
Now it depends. It depends a lot of Mason Mount plays because he tested positive.
Oh yeah.
He's a huge loss to lose Goat Mount, but
You'll probably play Grealish instead.
Yeah, but Grealish do not bring what Mount brings. So I mean Mount is a CL winner.
Dribbling with the ball and taking on people and passing and all this sort of stuff that Grealish does that would actually be really useful against Germany, as opposed to like. Actually, no. Let's not hate on Mount. Mount makes really good assists, but I mean, if you want someone to actually try and break down teams,
but Red Devil, let me tell you a funny stat. The last time England beat Germany in a tournament is 1966, the final.
And where was that? Where was that played? Or what country?
England.
Where's the round of 16 game going to be played?
Oh, in Wembley, I think.
England.
Oh,
but we have goal line technology, so it doesn't matter. But now we have goal line technology. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Offside fullback. Fullback says, "How will Muller's injury impact Germany? And who will replace him?"
That's huge.
Maybe Musiala might replace him.
I don't think he's confirmed that he's injured. No, I don't think.
They're saying that he might miss
the Hungary game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, okay, but in the round of 16 he will play. If not, we will play. I mean,
Musiala maybe.
Musiala or I don't know, Leroy Sané or
Werner, Timo.
No. He's an impact sub. He's an impact. At least he's Mount teammate. So
has Müller ever scored a Euro goal?
I don't think so.
He has to at least score one.
So he's a World Cup merchant, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a World Cup merchant.
I didn't know that.
He never plays well in the Euros. He never plays well in the Euros.
No, I Red Devil, to be honest, I don't see how England beat us, so I go with Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
My vote is for Germany.
I'll go Germany as well. I'm not going to have Netherlands versus Portugal.
I think Portugal win that one.
This might be a fun game. I
don't know.
It's gonna be fun.
I think Netherlands.
Nah, I think
Netherlands.
I don't see Netherlands winning, man. Because
I think it'll be revenge for the international cup final.
I'm saying they look good now, but I think when the chips are down, bro, I think Portugal's gonna win.
It'll be the battle of, what was it called again? Is it Battle of Lisbon or something like that?
Nerve.
Because Netherlands have a lot of young players, but Portugal have experienced guys like who've been there. So I think when the chips are down, like Portugal's gonna win.
Yeah, but their old
Netherlands has some experience,
man. Now.
Wijnaldum.
Close says he's a major doubt for the round of 16. Build says that. So they're saying that Müller might not make the round of 16 game. Apparently.
So now, okay, then maybe England.
I just don't see England.
No.
Nah,
they'll play.
I don't think
Sané,
Muller's the difference. Honestly, I still think Germany will beat him.
Gnabry and Havertz up top.
I don't trust this England team. I mean, with all due respect to England, but I mean they usually flop. I mean, history, Wikipedia tells that.
I mean, let's see.
Exactly.
Let's see if they put 6 past on Czech Republic. We might change our mind. So let's see.
6.
6.
I'd be very.
Who scored those 6?
I mean, there's a very good chance that Southgate will throw, as I keep on saying, will probably throw the game, because the thing is that he'll probably know the permutations of this. So there's a very good chance he'll throw the game and will be like, we'll come second.
I have a feeling. This England team are trying to fool us. They how can I say it? They wanted to draw with Scotland. They are not really so bad. They just want to finish second because they don't want to face the Group F. I think that they're trying to pull us.
I think that there is potentially some like throwing involved in who they're going to, because I think if England finish second, like I said, I think they would go. It would be they would be here basically, either Denmark or like that. So just so we're going with people going with Portugal.
I go for Netherlands.
I'm going Netherlands.
You guys think Holland's gonna win, man?
Democracy rules, guys. Democracy rules.
I need to see Cristiano go home.
I think Netherlands will win too. To be honest,
I just can't see Netherlands. I just can't see Portugal losing.
I think it's such a close game, actually, when you think about it.
Very close game.
It's gonna be fun. I think it'll be a high scoring.
So I
think it'll be an ugly game.
A 1 hour video of HH apologizing Frank de Boer.
I honestly think that's going to be a really ugly game. The more I think about it, Netherlands, Portugal, one that drags like all the way to penalties.
And I could see it being like, to be honest, I think it's going to be like 3-1 to Portugal. Because what I think is going to happen, I think Portugal will score first, Netherlands will score, Portugal will score off an error of Netherlands, then they'll score the third. I think this is the game that Van Dijk being injured will show.
God, man.
Okay, but I think the general consensus was for the Netherlands, if I'm correct. So I guess last is this one here: Wales, Denmark.
Denmark
has actually been really impressive. Outplayed Belgium and smashed Russia.
To be honest, man, I'm gonna go for the surprise. I think that the Wales will win.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the thing with Wales. It's like they really do thrive in an underdog situation, and
yeah.
But I don't know. But so yeah, go on. I think close about this.
It's the Bale effect. I mean, he does these things every time. I remember when we predicted the group, everyone was Wales will finish bottom of the group, and look, they are second. It's the Bale effect. Never bet against Bale.
No, not this guy. I predicted Turkey wouldn't get out the group.
And to be fair, I know Italy made changes, but Verratti was playing, so and they only lost to Italy 1-0. So,
and then Daniel James too. Don't forget Daniel James.
Yeah, that
pace of Dan James, man. Yes, that absolute,
and Ramsey too.
And Denmark. The thing that scares me, Denmark don't have fast defenders. Like that's what scares me about this matchup with Wales, because you gotta have like Wales. Because I know Wales will sit back. They're going to sit back. And all it takes is just 1 minute. Because if Wales scored, then Wales cannot play the game they want to play. That's where it gets scary.
Yeah.
So Wales then? I think?
I'm going to Wales.
Wales? Okay. Right. Okay. Let's round up these predictions so we can get our... So we're in the quarterfinals now. Belgium, Italy.
This is tough. That's a tough one.
This is tough.
That's tough, man.
I think didn't Italy beat Belgium in 2016? Well, not that it matters much now, but
no.
I think Wales beat Belgium.
Wales beat
Belgium.
Yeah,
it was Wales.
Wasn't that a good team? But
that was a good team as well. Belgium.
But
I think Italy.
I think
Italy though.
I think Lukaku.
Yeah, I think the difference is going to be Belgium's defense. Like Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Boyata. That's just not an inspiring defensive lineup.
When I watch it interplay against Juve, right? Lukaku always struggles against Chiellini and Bonucci.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Doesn't have a great record against them.
And I just don't trust Belgium, bro, like that, man. I just don't trust them. Like they just. I mean, they lose some games. Like they had no business losing to Wales in 2016. Like. Until I actually see them do something, I don't trust them. Like,
Not to mention, I honestly feel like this isn't prime Belgium anymore. Their chance was from 2014 to 2018. Like Hazard, is he really world class anymore? I don't think so. De Bruyne
2018
and
was the one.
Lukaku,
Facts,
yeah,
man.
like De
He
Bruyne and
scored.
Lukaku are like the only real.
Hazard has scored in a. Is he scored in the Champions League semi-final when he was the best player at the previous Cup? I'm just regurgitating what I've been told by someone that's one of the best players.
You are talking about Torgan.
that name is banned apparently. So
I mean, he's the better Hazard right now, man. He's the better Hazard.
He's a better Hazard right now.
He has a European trophy, i.e. Euros, so that's why Hazard is one of the goats. But it is what it is. Isaac Kane says ORS. Belgium couldn't even deal with high pressing against Denmark, and Italy presses much better and for more time. That is true. I have noticed Italy pressing a lot more in this game, especially when I saw them against Wales in last game. Like they do press, which is weird for Italy because I've never associated Italy with being a pressing team. Really? Ever?
More defensive.
Moving the ball quick. Yeah.
So you got a point. And if they do press the way that Denmark did against the Belgium, I think they cause them a lot of problems. So
I'm edging Italy because of defense and Lukaku's poor record against Chiellini and Bonucci.
Yeah. And that dude made a great point, man. Like that offensive fullback. That was a great point he made.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Italy will win.
Yeah, I'm going with Italy too.
I'm going with Italy too. They've been so impressive this season.
Same, Italy.
right. Move that. Okay, so Italy here. So they're in the semis. France, Spain.
Switzerland.
Man, Spain has no chance, man. Spain has no chance.
Spain is getting wrecked.
They can't even
I think Switzerland is going to be France, so I think Switzerland will be in the semis.
They can't even Spain can't
Yo,
even
relax,
break,
bro. Relax.
Spain can't even break down they can't even break down Sweden. They're not breaking down France. Like,
Yeah.
Unless like if Xhaka comes out with something against France, then I personally will upload a video, a 20-minute Granit Xhaka, if he somehow managed to drag. If this obviously works out and Switzerland play France, 20-minute apology, I'll upload, clip it, hold it to me. I will personally apologize to Granit Xhaka and tag AFTV in it as well for the same thing. So Sweden, Germany. I'm assuming Germany people have no.
I mean, I think that one though. I think it's gonna be trickier because, like, for some reason, Germany struggle against these type of teams. Like,
Chimera. Funny stats: Sweden has never been beaten Germany in a tournament. Never in their history.
Yeah, I mean, I think Germany will win. I think
man.
I think
records are supposed to be broken.
Cruz hitting another free kick from an amazing angle.
Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be an easy game because like Germany struggle against teams like that. You know, Sweden will park everybody in the 18. Everybody, so that's. I don't think it'll be easy, but I think Germany will win.
Yeah, it might be like 1-0.
Yeah, okay. I say Germany as well.
I think this game will be interesting. Wales, Netherlands. I don't think that this is a foregone conclusion for the Dutch, in my opinion. I for some reason, I just don't think it's as easy as a Netherlands win. I don't know if that's because, as Kim said, the Bale effect, the pace of Dan James, the fact that Wales, to be fair, they're fairly defensively solid, to be honest. In the last 3 games, they've been never conceded that much. I mean,
yeah, they're a good team, honestly.
Is this an easy Dutch dub, or can people see Wales getting one over on the Dutch?
No, Wales could win because I mean, honestly, Wales are a good team, man. Like we see enough evidence, you know, in this Euros and the last Euros to show they're a good team. Like, you know, so
yeah, but if I'll let continue. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Damon.
No, but like if Bale gets to another semis of the Euros, no man, he has to like he's the greatest like UK player, British. I don't care, bro. Like to me, this is like considered dud, and this is considered dud. So If
Yeah,
Wales somehow beats
Well, I need to know what
Netherlands,
the Messi excuses are. That's what I want to know. I want to know what the Messi excuses will be if we're
He doesn't.
and
He
and
doesn't.
and and the Lampard excuses and Gerrard excuses.
yeah. What exactly? No, yeah. Bring them. Yeah, bring them in. Exactly. So
bring them all in.
Forgot Scholes. Forgot Scholes.
now, well, Scholes didn't really. He was kind of taken out of the England team for those. Like, so can't really use him because they dropped him because they wanted to. They're playing him on the
Sounds
left.
like
I
revisionism.
think.
Sounds like revisionism.
It's not revisionism. They stupidly played him on the. He's a midfielder, and they tried to play him on the left, like as a left wing,
Yeah, but
in Gerald.
I agree with Red Devil here. Scholes was not the focus on that team. It was more like Gerrard and Lampard that everyone was talking.
Exactly. Yeah, those are the guys that should have really done more with their England squad. So, but as we said, Bale has no, not just Bale. To be fair, Aaron Ramsey obviously been there. Dan James, they're a good team, and I think that's what Chimera said. It's like at the end of the day, they're a good team, and you can have tons of really good individuals, aka PSG, and not win a CL. Like ultimately, having a good team is what is going to win you. With a bit of luck, is what's going to win you your tournament. You know, so. So ultimately, are people generally still going to the Dutch, or do you think Wales might do it?
I think Wales will
I'm
win.
going for Holland.
I think Wales will win because I think the reason why I didn't even have Netherlands being Portugal is because like Netherlands is still, you know what I'm saying? Wijnaldum's the captain, but was Wijnaldum in Euro 20? Did the Netherlands qualify for Euro 2016?
No, the last time they were in the international tournament was 2014. They missed 2016 and 2018.
Yeah, like the reason why I'm scared about Netherlands going even first because we have to understand like they're a team, like they play good football, but they still have a young kind of nucleus. You know what I mean? Like they don't have players who've been in this situation before. And they're gonna make silly mistake. Like I'm telling you, Netherlands will lose a game because of a silly mistake. I'm telling you, without
they
Van
always
Dijk.
bottle it. They always bottle it.
Yeah, like
And I agree with you, but I think that'll be against Germany in the semis.
I don't even see them getting past if they play Portugal. I don't think they'd beat Portugal because I don't see them. You know, I just see Portugal being more stable than them because Portugal has a manager who's won a Euros.
You can't really say Portugal is stable. Like, did you see what Germany did to them? You see what Nabri did to Pepe, bro. He freaking
Germany's always been.
He ended him, bro.
Germany's always been a bad matchup for Portugal because that's just they can't deal with Germany's athleticism.
And also, you've yet to really see De Boer really react to being behind or being under pressure.
No, I can't see it.
You know, I feel
he kind of was when Ukraine went 2-2 then.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, let's be real. Was it him that made the tactical thing, or was it the fact that the Ukrainian keeper basically couldn't score? Like it was getting to a point where Ukraine could have won that game because and De Boer didn't really react or do anything different. But no, it's not. He's still got the dub. Shout out to him. But I wouldn't have said that they won because De Boer made a tactical change that relieved the team of pressure or went to the goal. It was that the Ukraine just scored there. But
yeah, because Netherlands are good. But I'm just saying, bro. I'm looking at their team, how young they are. I'm looking at the manager, like, yeah, they're looking good now. But all this stuff that's happening now, on the other day, really doesn't mean anything. Because we've seen this several times before in many group stages. Like, you know what I'm saying? Group stages can be deceiving. Because I remember one group stage, Spain was amazing. Like, amazing. Then they lost to Italy 2-0. So I'm just saying, like, all this stuff, man, like, most of the time when this stuff happens, it's chemistry and experience that wins. And this kind of stuff, when it gets to this level. So if Netherlands were to play Wales, I think Wales would win because of that, because of those factors.
That's fair.
I hear you. Make a great point. I still think Holland.
Okay. Klaus, do you think Holland or Wales?
Holland. They have too many better players than Wales. The Bale effect can go so.
It can only go
Holland.
Yeah. Chris, if you're still there, Holland or Wales?
Holland.
Okay, so everyone's going Holland. Okay. And Damien, you're there. Damien, Holland or Wales?
Jeez, man. I'm gonna go with Holland.
Holland. Okay, everyone's going to Holland. Okay. Geez, Frank de Boer doing the business. Okay, so we've got our semis, Italy, France, and Germany, Netherlands. Which, okay, yeah, it's a reasonable...
Be a pretty good
man.
semis.
Those are good semi-finals with good games.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... I go Italy here, man, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going for Italy.
Yeah, I agree. Well, actually, I don't know because Italy press, and I don't know because they might leave spacing behind for Mbappe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mbappe against Italian defense, you're like, yeah, if Mbappe can zoom past Hummels, he's gonna zoom past Chiellini and Bonucci easily. You know, but
I agree with Joel, but at the same time, I honestly think that Mancini will adapt to France's style of play because, firstly, I think he's the most adept at tactical nouns, and secondly, I feel like Italy's defense is better than France's defense, personally. So I think Italy will go through.
Yeah, because let me ask you a question. If Italy, let's say Italy were to win every game from then, like, right? Let's say they win every game, like not even go undefeated, just win every single game. Why would he adapt? Why would he adapt his tactics? Because why would he stray from what's been dominant? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to factor that stuff into it. Because if you win every game, it's just like when people were saying, "Well, Bayern's high line." I don't want, like, why would Bayern change their high line when they've been dominant with it? Is what got them there. You know what I mean? Like, teams just don't change things that are dominant. You know, like, I'm just saying, like, he might adapt his status, but it's not. I don't think it's likely.
I hear that.
I hear that as well. So, where are we going for? So, are we going for Italy dub?
Man, that's the toughest one. That's the toughest one.
I think that's the toughest one.
Yeah.
Go on. Someone make a point.
For me, France is the winner of the tournament. But okay, we go with Italy. But I cannot see a team beating this French team. This French team is, I mean, they have world-class players everywhere. This generation of French players are one of the best generation I've ever seen from a national team. So, but anyway, we can go with Italy.
Close. Remember this timestamp. Switzerland is beating France.
I will clip it. I'm gonna write down. I'll clip it, and then I'll load it to the channel. What time are we on? Actually, we're on so 1 hour 32. Yeah, I'll clip it, and then we'll say, right, okay. It's gonna be B1 has a question. I'll come to you in a second, man.
Bro, if that happens, my God.
Germany, Netherlands.
I got Germany.
Yeah, Germany got that one.
Right. So Italy, Germany. That's what?
That's easy.
That's a rivalry game. This one.
Yeah.
Well, no, but that's easy. We have never, apart of 2016, we have never beat Italy in a tournament. They always beat us. Always.
Yeah, Italy gives Germany an issue.
Yeah.
Italy is our kryptonite. Always beat us.
So you don't have
Italy.
any.
No, any chance. Italy has beat us with guys from the road. Guys from the road. I remember.
Oh, I still remember that Balotelli. Was it semi-final? Wasn't that 2000?
Yeah, he scored a brace.
Yeah, a part of Balotelli. Look at the team. Darmiani, a Sampdoria player, another dude who was playing for Parma. Come on, Italy can beat us with guys from the road.
And this is a good Italy team too. It actually has good players.
Yeah.
And plus Mancini's 10 times the manager Joachim Löw is. So
yeah, actually, I think the reason why I think Italy got that one is because the way Germany press high. I think Italy has the midfield to be press resistant and beat that.
Yes, Marco's gonna be the key.
So Marco. Yeah, and all of their midfields honestly are all press resistant, like all of them. Like, so yeah.
I honestly hope if Italy wins in the final, Marco's on the bench, just for agenda.
No. Relax. He's gonna be starting.
Wait, Chris, I thought you were on the Marco. I thought you were on Marco's side.
No, I'm not on either side, but I don't like hype in general.
I got you. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
there's
God, we will see a 5-hour documentary from HH about Marco Line.
We're gonna hear his life story. We're gonna hear his life story.
5 hours if Mbappe wins. That's when it's going to get. If Mbappe France win it and Mbappe wins the Euro,
Red Devil. We're going to see a 5-hour documentary, even if Belgium wins, even if Italy
well,
wins.
man, if Eden Hazard scores that goal, man, I'm literally off Twitter for a while, man, because suddenly it would
Red
just
Devil, he did a 4 hours documentary for on Europa League. go check his channel.
it would be.
As long as anybody but Portugal wins, HH wins. So
Rewind says, "What do you think of Southgate?"
Nice guy.
Well, what I think, sorry, sir, just not to interrupt you, I think Rewind, you misspelled Southgate's name. It's Louthgate, by the way. So go on.
You can't call him Laughgate yet until he gets lubricated.
Red Devil.
Yeah, like
Red Devil. You need to sack that guy. I mean, you just need to sack that guy. Bring Lampard, Red Devil. It's better. Bring.
No. Let's
Bring
man,
Lampard.
go down that.
you can't
Lampard ball.
you can't stop for Southgate yet until he flops. Like
Yeah.
he has
Or
to
bring
flop
or bring Gerrard. I mean, what English managers are?
Let's see. We got to. I agree with Chimri. We've got to actually see what he does. Like he does first, because yes, okay. People say what teams do you play? He got some to semi-final. But the fact is, he got them to a semi-final. So now you just got to see again what he does. If he gets into another semi-final, he's not going to be sacked. It's what's the minimum expectation for England in this Euros? Is probably to at least get to the quarterfinal. That's probably the minimum expectation. So depending on how these groups are, if he gets knocked out of the round of 16 to Germany, he'll probably go. Depending on where, because this predictor is based on the fact that Germany finished second, is it?
Yeah,
I think So obviously Germany could finish. So Germany finished first.
They'll play France, I think.
France, yeah. So basically, England need to throw this. It's also based on the fact that England also finished first in their group as well. Because
England need to finish second, so they cannot face the Group F.
Pretty much, yeah. Southgate's going to throw the game tomorrow. I bet he's going to throw. He's going to.
You're gonna see.
You're going to see Ben White. You're going to see Ben White. You're going to see Howard Lewis. You're going to see. You might see a better team, but anyway, go on.
You might see Johnston.
Not like to be honest though, like I understand like we like to hate on it, but let's be the past two competitions though. Honestly, bro, England have shown me their solid side. Like honestly, like
nah, man.
Because like, bro, when like they lost to Croatia, but Croatia was better than like when's the last time anybody's ever like smacked them? Like it's been a while since
Iceland
smacked them. Like
Iceland, 2016.
That's 2016 though. That's going back 5 years. Talk about recently. Talk with Southgate.
Yeah. It's a fair point, because people keep on saying lubricating stuff, but like I can't remember the last time that someone's put even like one, maybe two, but 3, 4, 5, 6. They're gonna put 7. Like when have England conceded internationally? Like that's not really. And people say that their defense is bad. The defense of bad would be when you concede at least 3+ goals, on average every other game. But.
Yeah, but that's
Red Devil, as much as I like to make fun of England, because I love to make fun of trolling England as all those stuff. If I'm being honest, England has the second most talented squad on the tournament.
I agree.
They have insane talent. This team has insane talent.
I agree.
The issue is obviously is the manager, as we said. So 200%. So I'm getting a general consensus. Rewind says, so England are better if they lose tomorrow. It looks like, maybe actually. So the general is like Italy are going to win it, basically.
Yes, Marco.
Jeez, which I don't think anyone would have said. Did anyone really predict Italy to win the Euros?
I did.
Red Devil, it depends that Italy-France game. Whoever wins that wins the competition.
I mean,
if it's France versus Germany,
do France lose to Germany? Do Germany lose to France again? I'm not entirely sure.
Red Devil, we can play 20 times France, we will never beat them. They are too good. They are too good.
You can't just because they don't have a striker. And France's defense is watertight. Like
France, the defense is. I saw that games against Germany. We keep maintaining the ball, but it was useless. That defense is not penetrable. We cannot do nothing against the defense.
Yeah, like, to beat France, you have to beat France. You have to give them the ball. That's the best way to beat them. That's why we struggle against teams that are like. Because on the World Cup, they struggle so much against teams that were so, like, you know, they're like small teams. But against the big teams, they always showed up because they got to play on the counter. But when they have to take the game other teams, they struggle. Like against Hungary, they struggled. Like,
Which is why I honestly think if Germany did play France again, I do think Germany would alter the way they play. There'll be a lot more counter-attacking and direct. Like they'll play a Sane and Gnabry and maybe Havertz or Musiala, adding more pace and just directness.
Yeah.
So they'll probably beat France.
My only hope is if France players get a positive COVID result. That's a fake positive. Red Devil, you are a doctor, you know this thing. Fake positive.
Fake positive. No, not good. That's just.
Yeah. But Red Devil is not true that you can get a fake positive.
You can't get false positives. But I mean, it's better. I think this one is better now, and I think now. A lot of it actually depends on where they play, actually, because although I'm not sure what the UEFA guidance is right now, because for example, because I think was it Mount and Gilmore and Chilwell. No, Gilmore's positive for COVID, and then Mount and Chilwell got into contact with him because, of course, Chelsea reasons, idiots. But anyway, but I don't think they have to isolate the same amount of time. As they were previously. Sorry. Offensive fullback says, so no one sees Portugal winning the Euros?
I mean, I could see them winning. They have a chance. That was a good. I mean, they have a chance. If they beat Netherlands, then they play. Who would they play? Wales. Or something. Yeah, then they can beat Wales, and who would they be playing the semi?
They play against Germany again.
Oh, wait, they're out. Then they're out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like. If it goes down the plan, it's just if I click Portugal here, it's like, and then Portugal, it's they're out in the semis at least.
If they can avoid Germany, they can win. But Germany's just their kryptonite. They can't beat them. Like,
we have scored 16 goals in their last 4 games.
Like they can't deal with Germany's athleticism. Germany's just way more athletic than them. Like, and they just play better football. Like in general. They have better players at keeping the ball. Like they just can't deal with it.
And you're gonna see
Red Devil, who is your winner? I'm just curious. You're honest.
Oh, who do I think is going to win?
Yeah.
Based on that sort of pathway that we did, that predictor, it only makes sense. Like Italy, I guess. It's Italy, really. Based on that pathway, for me, from what I've seen of Italy so far, because I would have said France, but I don't know. Like, it's just weird. They've not shown me enough yet, especially against teams that can be quite defensively like solid and packed. And I think when you press that defense, especially that right hand side with Pavard. There is a real weakness from what I've seen in the last couple of games. Anytime I've seen France being exposed, it's been down that right hand side. And I generally think if anyone can expose them, Italy can, or anyone that goes down that right. Even England, if they played France, if they identify that right hand side. I mean, come on, man. What's it? Viola. How I still don't understand how 38-year-old Viola. You watch the clip. You literally watch the clip. Literally, Pavard is like about almost half a meter in front of him, and Viola runs past him, despite Pavard being about half a meter of him, and then he goes past around. I'm like, nah, come on, man, you can't do that. Pavard is
Red Devil. Don't you think that when you play a smaller team, I mean, you get too much relaxed. I mean,
No,
you do not take them
I think
seriously.
that happened against Germany as well. When I go back and watch that Germany game again, that side where Pavard was
Yeah,
where
Gosens was creating problem. Yeah.
So I think that if you have someone there, that they come to someone who identifies that, I think that could be a major weakness for France. I mean, both of their fullbacks, to be honest, I don't think their fullbacks are that great. I think now that Ousmane Dembele is injured, which obviously is an unfortunately unexpected, even though I think Mbappe should be enough. Yeah, I'm feeling bad for him now. Like it's I think his career's gone at the end of the day. So because if you're injured almost every other, here's a question.
Yes.
Yeah, they should. They should.
Yeah, when Giroud came on, he looked pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's all about chemistry, man. It's all about chemistry.
Yeah.
it is.
I don't want this, but every time Giroud plays for France, France looks better. So,
Yeah,
I think that Benzema, for some reason, from what I've seen, Benzema and especially with Griezmann in that 10, I think that he plays better with Griezmann. I don't know why. Giroud plays better with Griezmann than he does with Benzema. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a thing behind that or.
No, I agree. I also think maybe I don't know how much there is to this, but it's the HH curse, man. Like it's real, guys. Honestly, it's real. The HH curse is real.
What do you mean?
it's real.
The jinx.
What do you predict?
I think he didn't say France was going to win it.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
Who did he say? Germany.
He didn't say France.
He want France to win it. Believe me, he just does that
He
for reverse
he
psychology.
said he had a feeling that France weren't going to win it, but I can't remember who he thought it was going to win it. Was it Germany?
HH always does that. He had the feeling that Man City will win it, the Champions League.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Reverse
I can't see France winning this because I think teams are figuring them out.
Yeah. I think because to be honest, I know France have got the talent. I get that, but let's be real. Like Deschamps' tactic is really like lob the ball up to Mbappe and inshallah, isn't it? Like counter-attacking.
Yeah, I agree. France are boring to watch. They always park the bus and they just counterattack, play pragmatic.
Because did you see the goal that they scored against Hungary?
Yeah, it was lucky.
All he had to do was Luis just had to hoof it, up to Mbappe, and then he literally just destroyed the Hungary defense, and then, just a rebound goal off from Griezmann.
Yeah, dude, that's why I'm not 100% convinced that they're gonna be Portugal because I don't think Portugal's gonna go out there to play them. I think Portugal's gonna sit back because when France play pragmatic teams, they look clueless. They look like they don't know how to break down a team. Like I don't know if that's coaching or just because they're not used to playing that way. But when they play a team that defends, they look clueless. Like they only look good when they're the ones counterattacking.
Exactly, I agree, and that's a worry for me. So like it just,
Bruno will show up. Bruno will show up.
Bruno ain't showing up, man.
Shush. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes in this stream. Right, just to round up. Just quick final predictions for these scores first. These are the last 6 games before we go into round of 16. So Croatia, Scotland, and Czech Republic, England. What do people say? Do people say Croatia get the dub over Scotland or Czech Republic over?
Yeah, Croatia. I could see Croatia winning like 2-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
I can see Croatia winning, but I could also see a draw. Honestly.
Yeah, that one's about even.
My prediction are 2 draws: Croatia, Scotland 1-1, Czech Republic, England 0-0.
Yeah, me too. I think it's 0-0.
Yeah.
Draw. Yeah, it's gonna be. I suspect Southgate will make multiple changes.
So that means Croatia will be top then, right?
Yeah, Czech Republic will be top
Okay.
Yeah.
because England and Czech Republic both have 4 points. So if England, so there's no the only so basically the decider is going to be Scotland need to beat Croatia to have any chance of going through. If they beat Croatia, then they'll have get 4 points, and then they'll be solid third, assuming that Czech Republic and England draw. I think if England beats whether or not England or Czech Republic beat each other, 'cause they've got 4 points, I think they still would end up first or second.
Yeah. It's
So I
like
think,
goal difference. The goal difference.
I think it comes to head than goal difference. So Scotland's head to head against Czech Republic is obviously a loss. Then England, it was a draw. So with the goal difference based between England and Scotland, and England's goal difference would probably be superior.
No, wait, it wouldn't be like that because how would Denmark be above Finland then? Since they finished second.
Yeah, because but how did they?
Yeah, because like Finland won against Denmark 1-0, and they finished with 3 points as them.
That's what I was saying to my dad. That, like, this hit to hit doesn't make sense. Whereas, like, if we're on the same amount of points, if you beat me, you're above me. But if I beat the person that beat you, I'm above you. So, like, it doesn't make sense, but that's the rule.
Yeah, it must go down to some aspect because Russia beat Finland, and they're on 3 points, but they're below them. So I think there must it'll probably work itself out at the end of tomorrow, to be honest. But I guess Scotland basically need to win if they want to get through, and that's I think what's going to make this. That's why I don't know. That's why part of me thinks that Scotland are going to beat Croatia, because from what I've seen of Croatia so far, as I said, they have started almost every single game so slow, so sluggish, so lethargic. They only really start playing in the last 20 minutes. And so if Scotland know they need to go and win, I think that if they play the same intensity they played against England from start to finish, they'll beat this Croatian side. Because Croatia just won't, they won't. Unless, I mean, come on, Lovren's in the defense, man. There's always a chance, So
Lovren.
Hey, he's still one of the best centre backs in the world, like you said.
Defensive fullback says, "Do we all agree that Lukaku will be the Euros top scorer?"
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah, especially since if he's gonna go against Slovakia, he's gonna stop at that.
Yeah.
So golden
maybe, but Christina is always there. Christina is always there.
Come on, call him by his real name, man.
Cristiano.
Cristiano Ronaldo. CR7.
Nick Godor, we talked about who you think will start for England. I mean, this isn't technically in England, but England versus Czech Republic was going to be the next thing. I mean, Chimera, who do you suspect will start for England against Czech Republic if he's going to make all these changes?
Well, I think since everybody's crying for a Jit Grealish, I think he's going to start Grealish. I feel like he will. Harry Kane will still keep his place. Because Grealish plays on the left, right? So that means Sterling's out then. Or he might move Sterling to the right.
And remember, Mason Mount is not going to be playing because of isolation, and Ben Chilwell won't be. Right? Not that he was going to get a game, but yeah, Mason Mount's out.
So that means Luke Shaw will be in the team. Then, so is Maguire back?
There's rumors that Maguire will be back to play yet.
Yeah.
Maguire, I don't think he's going to play him, though, this game. I just feel like he's not. Well, actually, no, he has to play him. Because if you're going to play Maguire, you got to play him in this group stage game where he's already qualified rather than playing him in the round of 16. So Maguire's going to play. It's going to be this game. So I think Maguire will play.
What about Sancho? You think Sancho will find it there?
I mean, he might play him because they've already qualified. He might give him a chance to show what he can do. So he might start Sancho. So he might start Sancho. He might put Sancho on the right, Grealish on the left. But if Mount's out, that changes the whole formation. That's the thing. So I don't know what formation he's going to use. Because he's been using a 4-2-3-1, hasn't he?
Yeah.
A couple of games. So if Mount's out, then they don't have a number. Who's going to be the number 10? So that's the thing. So he might change his.
Grealish can play as number 10, can't he?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, he can.
Grealish could play there, and then you can play. You can play Foden on the left, and then maybe he might start Rashford.
Yeah.
Or as you said, maybe Sancho. Yeah, Sancho on the right, and then Rashford on the left, and then I think he'll probably drop Kane to give him the rest. So I think he'll probably play like Calvert-Lewin, for example, up top instead.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll play. He'll probably want to, not because he's going to drop Kane permanently, but I think he'll want to give Kane a rest and/or obviously throw the game.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if Kane though. I don't know if Kane will be happy with it because Kane is the kind of guy who likes to. I don't want to use the word stat pad, but he wants to score. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if Kane is
stat pad.
I don't know if Kane's gonna be able to get the bench, but I mean,
He wants to score, but he cannot.
It would be smart to bench Kane though, like you said, or Red Devil, just because of the rest.
Also, I think that as well. Like if I recall, I don't think the yellow cards get until the quarterfinals. So I don't know which England players have yellow cards yet or something, but I think that if you get, is it 2 or 3 yellow cards that you missed out?
I think it's 2. I want to
2, yeah, exactly. So I think that it might be interesting for a few players that got yellow cards. I don't know which England players have yellow cards currently right now.
It's only one. It's Foden.
That's it. So possibly he might not play Foden in this game.
Wait, do you guys see Bellingham start? Bellingham?
He might
start Bellingham. Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I think that, I mean, Phillips has been okay, but I think it'd be interesting to just try and bring someone else into that midfield and allow. I don't think we need to play 2 holding midfielders against Czech Republic. I mean,
yeah, I think he'll play. I think he'll play a 4-2-3-1. I think he'll play Walker on the right as a right back, Stones and Maguire, Shaw at left back, Rice and Henderson, Sancho as the right wing, Grealish as the 10, Rashford the left, Kane striker. I think that's what he'll try.
Yeah.
I think you're right. He's going to play all of these players, including Bellingham, Sancho, Grealish. He's going to try and throw the game. Then he's going to actually win the game. Then he's going to play either Germany or France.
Wait, so who do you guys think he'll start in goal? What, Pickford or?
Yeah, he'll keep Pickford because you got to keep your goalkeeper playing.
Oh, okay. So Nick explains it's goal difference between the 3 teams. It's rock, paper, scissors. Denmark beat Russia. Russia beat Finland. Finland beat Denmark. So goal difference in those games, which Denmark won. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly, bro, like even if England win, man, like at some point, man, you're gonna have to play the big team. So hey, might as well get it over.
You can't run away.
Like
you're gonna be the best. You can't run away.
Yeah, at some point you're gonna play Belgium or Germany or France, one of these teams.
Yeah, but Chimera, understand the Southgate logic. If you reach another semi by fluking somehow, playing some weird teams, he will still keep the job. He will be all the same as the guy.
That's true. That's true.
That is a good
like
point.
I made it.
He'll be classic by default. Be one of the most successful English managers of all time because no other English managers has done that.
Red Devil. The last time England reached the World Cup semi-final was 1966. So
I mean, he did a good job, honestly, man. Like
he did a good job. So.
Yeah, as much as we like to hate on England, bro. I mean, England. I mean, getting the semi that was good for them. Like, it was good. Like that's a good achievement.
I think the psychological thing was that I remember that was that they won a penalty shootout. Goodness knows how long. So I think it was their first ever penalty shootout in international competitions. So like he'll always have that. He'll be like, this is the guy who broke the hoodoo or juju on England that they will lose every penalty shootout. But
it really looked like, bro, because especially Croatia. I think Croatia was more on the players, man, than Southgate because there were players missing open chances in that game. Because you guys should have buried that game, like because Kane missed a chance to make it 2-0. You know, like, and honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, even though we hit on England, man, like, I don't think, bro. I think if whoever they play, I don't think it's gonna be easy. Like for France, Germany, any of these teams, because England, bro, what they show me in the past couple of competitions, bro, they're not. I mean, they're a solid team. Like I haven't seen a team completely wash them. Like, you know, like even in the qualifiers or like the friendlies, I haven't seen a team wash them.
No, you can't count
qualifiers. Chimera,
the teams they face.
The argument is, who do they face it?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking
a bunch,
about
a
even
bunch
when
of
they played.
qualifiers like San Marino and them guys.
No, I'm talking about even when they played the big teams. Like I mean, like I'm talking about the friendlies I've seen. Like I haven't seen like I'm just going back to even this. Like
Nations League. Nations League.
yeah, Nations
But I
League.
agree, except Belgium. Like Belgium watched them in the
Oh, yeah,
previous
Belgium.
game. Like
Oh, yeah, Belgium.
they outclassed them.
Yeah, but like I'm just
Nations
saying
League.
this England team, like from what I'm seeing, compared to other teams I saw in the past, this is the
Yeah.
best team. I'm talking about like team, not players. This is the best team.
Yeah.
Like because they're
I
more
agree.
solid. They're more solid than the other teams from the past. Like they're hard to break down. You know what I mean? Like they don't concede many goals. Like
Yeah.
it might be
That's
boring,
why-
but it works.
I don't agree, but we're gonna see.
England is a funny case, bro. You are one of the biggest nations in Europe, bro. You invest so much money in football. How you cannot find a good manager in a 60 million population?
I mean,
It's a funny case. Believe me, it's a funny case.
I mean, they tried Capello, it didn't work.
Well, to be honest, like what good England fans are there really? If you
Gerrard
count
and
it-
Lampard.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
well,
Red
Lampard,
Devil, you guys tried Capello, it didn't work though.
Yeah, but then Red Devil, the question is why this country cannot produce managers.
That is a very good question, and to be honest, I don't know the answer to that.
I think part of that is because there's so many foreign exports or imports rather in England in the Premier League, like players and then managers as well. That it's just so difficult for young managers to get good enough jobs where there'll be natural security. So like a British manager coaching a Spurs and them being given time or coaching an Arsenal. It's very unlikely.
I agree with that. That they want because Premier League is so competitive and they want immediately success, so they do not give the chance to unexperienced managers. But even in the other leagues, you can start with, for example, with small teams like Aston Villa. You can start with, I don't know.
I mean,
Fulham.
I always rated, for example, like Eddie Howe, for example. I thought that he was solid. You know, if he was with a better team, with the type of football that he played, you know, so I think he could done business. I always think that I've always said that I know he might be getting old, but I always thought that Harry Redknapp was actually a solid England manager.
Harry Redknapp, yeah, he was.
If he ever got it, I would not have no, because the way he played football with Spurs and stuff like that in the league. Or, you know, if you want to be completely brickish defensive wise, I guess you can hire Sean Dyche. So be boring as hell. So, I'm not concede that many, you know. So and be just like just fighting everybody all the time. But so you know there are some there. I guess it just depends on even what's his name. The guy at Brighton is an okay manager.
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter is
he's a good manager. You're right.
A lot of hype.
Yeah, but Southgate has to.
Chris Wilder.
Yeah, but Southgate has to prove to me Southgate actually has to prove to me that he's a bad manager before I just cut him off from
exactly
in this tournament. You know what I'm saying? He has to flop bad before I say he's not the right manager. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he hasn't flopped yet for me to say he's a bad manager. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has to show me he's a bad manager first. Like, England has to lose one game because of him specifically. Like, before I say, okay, get rid of the guy.
I'm not sure. Rooney wrote a good piece in Harry number 10 with Calvert-Lewin in front of him. I think it's a good idea.
Does Kane have the legs?
That's true. That's a good point.
He also doesn't look, he still doesn't look fit to me, in my opinion. He doesn't. Southgate has already confirmed that he's starting Kane against Czech Republic. Well, that's a bad idea, but that's my opinion. Should Calvert-Lewin replace Kane permanently? I think he should get. I think he should be playing not permanently, but I think he should at least play in the Czech game.
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe get some rest, but
give him a run out.
Never permanent.
Give Calvert-Lewin a chance.
Yeah,
see what we can do, I guess.
Or you can play a 4-4-2 and play Kane as a Rashford as a striker, but have one as a supporting striker. I think that would work.
Right. Let's go through these last four. So Sweden, Poland. Were people saying Sweden were going to win it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sweden.
Yeah.
Poland
No,
don't look good.
Slovakia, Spain, though. Slovakia, Spain.
Draw.
Spain 2-0, I think.
Slovakia 1-0.
Shimra, so you say this. So who's going to score the goals for Spain?
I think Morata will score one, and I think what's her name?
Oyarzabal?
Yeah, not Oyarzabal. What's the other dude's name?
Marino.
Marino.
Moreno, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
I got Slovakia winning 1-0.
I got Spain
For me,
winning
it's a
that game.
draw.
Who's gonna score it? Who's gonna score it?
I don't know. Hamchik.
I don't. He said
Yeah,
Hamchik.
Hamshake. What the hell?
Is he still playing there?
Yeah, he's still playing.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, if you're watching, to like the vid, and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Please do that. Please do. We'll round off in a second. Do you think France/Portugal will be a high-scoring game?
No,
Patrick,
no.
no.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be boring.
Nah.
Wait. Do you guys remember the last time they faced?
Euro 2016.
France win. Sorry, Portugal win. Sorry.
No. Remember in the Nations League when
Who
they
won?
faced each other?
Who won?
Did they
It was
play?
it was a draw in the first game, and then it was just 1-0 in the second game.
France won the second game, right?
France
Yeah.
will make it boring. That's what they do, man.
France is just so boring, bro.
Bro, it's gonna be terrace football.
Dude, I need somebody to score early just from me, so I don't fall asleep.
Like, to be honest, I might take a nap during that game.
Well, Mbappe needs to do something, so because like I just I don't know. I'm just there's. I guess maybe it's just how he's played, but you know, I just find it difficult to say that if at the end of this year you're saying that this guy is the best player in the world, but he didn't win Champions League, he didn't help his nation win a Euros, and he lost the league to Leo. I don't get how you can say that player is like the best player in the world by default. He's got to do something in this tournament.
I don't think he is.
1000% agree. I refuse. Like, if Mbappe wins the Ballon d'Or, there's an asterisk. The same way you take my heavy.
Why?
Channel.
Wait, what?
Wait, why do?
I don't think Mbappe's been the best player at all.
Wait, then hold on.
No, he's had the best. You know, he's had an amazing season.
He's had a good season, but like it's like if the France don't win the Euros, I don't. I always say like you can't give a. I mean, with exceptions because it depends on the year. But in a year that you've had a Champions League, you've had a European competition now. There's more than enough to gauge who can be a best player, and you can't give the Ballon d'Or to someone who didn't win his domestic league due to Lille.
I agree.
Champions League and then lost out to Euros. Like you can't do that. You know.
I agree. Like I wouldn't give it to him, but I mean he should be in the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, you might have to look at Copa America. Maybe, you know, like I said, maybe let's say if Messi wins Copa America, Neymar balls, you know, that there's that element. Obviously, Germany there. So there are other things as well, but
and in Belgium too, because De Bruyne and Lukaku, we got those.
Yeah, that's true. De Bruyne could potentially. I mean, Lukaku. That's a fair point. He's won the Serie A Inter. If he scores and balls as he's doing in the Euros, is Lukaku not a shout?
Yeah, Lukaku had
and Lewandowski. Like, if Lewandowski can win one knockout game and score, bro, I think it's right. I think he'll win.
One knockout game.
Literally, that's all he needs. One knockout win.
Knockout game for the best striker in the world.
Just right. Last few games. So Portugal, France. So we kind of thought we said it's going to be a dead-end game, but so Germany, Hungary. I mean, I assume is that a wrap? Is it or
Germany will struggle because Hungary Germany struggle against teams that defend like everybody in the box. Like they struggle to break teams down too. So I think it's going to be like 1-0, 2-1, or 2-0. It's not going to be like 4-0 kind of game. You know what I mean? Like.
I agree. Plus, did you see the way Hungary celebrates it after that draw against France? It's like they actually think they're going to get a positive result.
They could very well.
Yeah, they could very well. They could win the game.
But I think Germany will. I think Germany will win comfortably. I'll say it 2-0.
Because let's be honest, bro. We've seen Germany lose to South Korea 2-0.
Yeah, that's right.
They could lose. Like, it's not a guarantee.
I mean, they've got. Well, I was told that the German Zidane will do what he needs to do. That's he did. So
he balled.
He balled. This is
Portugal. Get the heck out of here.
This is up for Havertz the ball. It's up for Havertz the ball. So anyway, guys, thank you. Got to round up. Thank you guys so much for being involved. We will probably do I think what is the quarterfinals actually?
Quarters. Oh, I think it's like next Monday. I think.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think round of 16 starts the weekend.
It starts Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so probably maybe Friday evening we'll probably try and get like a round of 16 preview or something just before we get in. So for those watching, thanks to everyone from the panel for getting on the conversation. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio, guys. Have a good evening, and cheers.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.